Thanks for all your hard work, Lynn.
I'm happy to see such progress.
Tomorrow, Dr. Clive will hold a small briefing at the press conference center with the aim of presenting our current... This is a very rare and potentially valuable opportunity for us.
Oh? You guys seem in a good mood. Let me know when you're ready to...
Hearing the Archon talk.
Correct. So what's going on in there, Saki?
I only just got here myself. We still don't know what exactly is happening inside, but according to those who have escaped, there were gray space entities in there.
Gray space entities? How did those things get into Meroria?
I sent someone to check Miroria's external defenses, and there's no sign of a breach. Nor is there any sign of a gray space entities invasion. It's like they just materialized out of thin air. There are currently some issues with the building's internal power supply. Some floors have lost all their powers, while the security and monitoring systems are malfunctioning.
There's no time for that. Our priority is to secure those samples.
You know I have limited manpower. I need to maintain order.
I'll think of something. Has Dr. Clive been informed of what's going on? What? What do you want?
Careful, it's too dangerous.
The scene is secure and most of the injured are receiving treatment. Unfortunately, the cause of the incident is not yet known, so the—
How's Dr. Clive? I reckon that this could be connected to that artificial Crystamax he extracted.
He's got a few scratches, nothing serious. He's been taken to headquarters—
Let's go then.
Dr. Clive, I need a straight answer. Can you guarantee that the artificial Christomax is safe now?
Archon, during the incident, the Christomax displayed a field ability hitherto unseen in all of our experiments. We need to conduct more comprehensive tests on the sample, and until we do, I am unable to guarantee that it's safe.
Dr. Clive, do you have any idea about what could have caused this?
That creature in the hall was actually an artificial Christomax parasite in a Singer-type droid. It even displayed sentience, which is something a normal Christomax from a gray space entity could never have. What's more, after successfully taking control of its host, that Christomax displayed a field ability we had not seen before. It was totally beyond anything. We incorporated tissue samples from 3 known abyssins in cultivating this Christomax, but none of them had this ability to pass through solid walls, so this Christomax seems to have evolved new field abilities during its development. This trait is something we've never seen or even considered before, I admit. Perhaps I was too optimistic and let myself get a little careless. I will take full
Moreover, reports from the scene indicate that the out-of-control abyssant displayed some abnormal behavior before it was defeated. Our information suggests that it seems to possess human-like intelligence, acts with purpose, and even makes human-sounding noises. Lynn, you were the closest to that thing. Do you think it possessed a level of intelligence?
I'm sorry, Archon. Nothing really jumped out at me. While its behavior was certainly out of... Was there anything else?
Actually, Lynn, that abyssant. At the time, I felt like it was trying to communicate with us too. It also wasn't displaying a clear intention to attack. Before Dr. Clive fired the first shot, at least.
Huh. So you also think it was trying to talk to us?
Miss Lynn, it might be a good idea to suggest Archon Larson and Dr. Clive pay more attention.
I'll certainly bear your suggestions in mind.
I'm sorry to call you all here on such short notice. I feel there's something you need to know. Miss Lynn, do you remember the sound that the Christomax parasitized puppet singer made when it attacked? Our technicians have analyzed and processed the sound. We've translated what we've got into human speech. She's calling for... If it really came for Ruby, then Lynn must have hidden something from us. Both about the monster and Ruby. But why would Ruby have anything to do? Ruby's identity has always been mysterious. She suddenly appeared beside Lynn about 2 years ago. Lynn only said Ruby was entrusted to her by a friend, but she has never said anything about who that friend was. What's more, it seems like Lynn is intentionally trying to keep Ruby's identity a secret. After the attack, the reason that she denies that she conversed with the monster is she doesn't want us to know about Ruby's involvement in all this. Why did Miss Lynn... As per regulation, I've submitted everything I've found to Larson. He will soon be holding an inquisition at Cloud Top regarding Lynn. You were there. Did I miss anything that went down between Lynn and the monster? Before Dr. Clive suddenly came in and opened fire, the enemy wasn't hostile. It was trying to communicate. But if Miss Lynn wanted to hide this from us, she could have sent Shirley and me away and taken care of it herself. I believe in Miss Lynn. She has always acted in the best interest. I also trust that Lynn would never betray Meroria, but her actions are, indeed, suspicious. Archon Larson wants both of you to be there at Lynn's Inquisition. We can... Captain Saki Fua? then, let's go in.
Don't forget what I told you before you slept.
I remember.
Then wait here for me. I'll be right out.
Uh-huh.
Let's go then.
Let's go. Ruby?
Huh? Oh, looks like we have two new faces in our midst.
Oh, let me introduce you. These two are Executor and Shirley from District 9. This is...
Hello, I'm Tianlong. Hey, Lyra, why don't you come and say hi?
Greetings, I'm Lyra.
Tianlong is District 7's High Executor and is dispatched on a mission. Ms. Lyra is the current president of the Madeline Foundation, as well as Archon Larson's special consultant.
I'm sorry that my work required me elsewhere.
No, everything happened because of me. Sorry for taking up all your time.
Now that we're all here, let's get started.
Archon Larson.
I believe everyone here already knows about what happened a few days ago at the Listener Conference. Despite how the puppet singer was destroyed, and the artificial Christomax was relocated, it has a significant effect on things. Many have started questioning whether or not Miroria's defense systems are able to withstand gray space entity attacks. These concerns are understandable, since gray space entity attacks have never happened inside Miroria. If we cannot guarantee our denizens' safety, it stands to reason that we will lose their trust. Captain Saki Fuwa has doubled the patrols in Miroria, and Lyra will be assisting in upgrading the city's current surveillance systems. However, these are but contingencies and responses to an emergency incident. We need to prevent similar situations from Lin. Captain Saki Fuwa should have already relayed the results of the investigation to you. Would you please explain why you concealed the fact that the puppet singer could communicate with you?
Now that the Security Special Forces reports are out, there's nothing more I could say other than... I'm sorry, Archon Larson. I concealed it not because I have an agenda or harbor ill will. There are just some things that I feel are not ready for the public eye.
Forgive me for being frank, Miss Lin. This thing has profound influences. If we can't work together and solve this crisis together, I'm afraid...
Archon Larson, please let me handle the follow-up to this incident. I promise I'll present a satisfactory answer to everyone. I'll just need some extra time.
Lin, I've trusted you, and I'm willing to believe that there is a reason for your actions. However, I cannot allow you to put the whole city in danger.
Archon Larson is responsible for the safety of the entire city. Please understand that, Lin.
It spoke Ruby's name. That's the kid who hangs around you. The Security Special Forces have completed their investigation into Ruby's identity and past, and found no activities beyond the last 2 years. Lin, who is this kid?
Archon Larson, I vouch for Ruby that she's always been a good kid. I'll educate her well and be held responsible for all her actions.
I don't need you to take responsibility. I only want to know what the relationship between that kid and the artificial Crystamax parasitized monster is?
Security alert. All non-combatants, please proceed to the nearest safe zone.
Ruby. Archon Larson, please give the order to lock down all exits immediately.
You have your orders, Captain Sakifua. Don't worry about me.
Captain, that artificial Crystamax suddenly went out of control. We're sending machine guards to suppress it.
That artificial Crystamax again. What's going on with it? Look, the storage vessel for the artificial Crystamax. It's completely shattered. What happened here?
The machine guards couldn't stop it. We have to find Ruby.
The wreckage went through the room ahead. Don't come any closer! Liz!
Captain Sakifua,
Archon Larson.
take Ruby to the infirmary and keep her safe.
Yes, sir!
Lynn, I need an explanation from you. The artificial Crystamax has caused many security incidents. I hope now you can see how this thing doesn't just affect you and Ruby, but all of us.
Archon Larson, I will give you all the information I have, but I have a request.
You can give me your demands, but I can't promise anything.
I need you to give me your word that you'll assure Ruby's safety after hearing what I have to say. Ruby is not really a human. She's the result of an experiment trying to fuse humans and gray space entities.
What? Ruby... she's...
An artificial gray space entity. Just like what Dr. Clive did.
To a certain extent, yes. Ruby and the artificial gray space entity in the listener testing ground are the same. That artificial Crystamax may be attracted to Ruby. Do you remember who Rubilia is, Archon Larson?
Dr. Rubilia, the first supervisor of Project Listener. That kid is a true genius. If it weren't for the accident, she could have achieved much and given much to Meroria.
An accident?
2 years ago, in a routine collection mission on the surface, Rubilia went missing in a gray space entity attack. Her project was then handed off to Dr. Clive, who used to be her assistant.
What happened happened to Dr. Rubilia took place 2 years ago. And that's also when Ruby appeared in Meroria. Ruby? Rubilia?
Rubilia used her own genetic code to fuse with the gray space entity in the experiment. That's how Ruby was born.
Using human DNA with that of the gray space entity is directly forbidden by Archon Harunobu. What Dr. Rubilia did was... madness!
Since her father died, Rubilia's been running those forbidden experiments in her secret lab. I only learned of it when I found her journal by accident. I put a stop to her experiments and sealed off the lab. Out of many concerns, I didn't make it public. Instead, I exiled Rubilia out of Meroria.
You mean she didn't go missing because of the gray space entity attack, but it was by your orders?
Yes, I only wanted this thing to go away at the time. Rubilia's experiments were too extreme. I didn't know what would happen if they went public, so I leveraged my position to conceal it all.
If Rubilia really did create a superior abyssant with human intelligence and in human form, but outside of human control, it would be a great disaster for all mankind. Lynn, how many like Ruby are out there? Are there any in this city that remain undiscovered?
Archon Larson, Ruby is the only test subject left alive. She possesses a human mind. I can assure you that she'll not lose control and become a monster and threaten the safety of everyone.
Even if you can prove that Ruby doesn't pose a threat, there's been no change in her situation after she absorbed that artificial Crystamax. We cannot be certain if she'll be affected or controlled by the Crystamax. Lynn, Executor, and Shirley, please stay here. I'll decide the next course of action after they run a full checkup.
Larson, I only wish for Ruby to be treated as a human, not a monster locked up in a cage.
I have my own thoughts on this, but I can assure you that Ruby will be safe.
Yes.
Ruby is still in a coma. We did a full examination on her, but due to her unique physical conditions, we cannot assess her status using normal human standards. Dr. Clive is assessing Ruby's situation, but he informed us that it might be difficult to do so with our current technology, since she's the first. Lynn, there must be some research data left behind in Rubilia's lab?
Yes. Even though I sealed off the lab, I did not destroy the research data. I planned on revealing the whole thing once Project Listener made some progress.
We're facing a problem, and the redacted data may hold the key to solving it. We cannot wait any longer. Only you know the location of the lab, Lynn.
Yes, sir.
I'll send someone to go with you. The safety of Meroria hangs in the balance. And
Archon Larson has told me all about it. Miss Lin, it seems like you've kept quite a number of things from us.
Tianlong? Miss Lyra?
Lin, long time no see.
Miss Lyra will remain in Meroria to assist us with this investigation. Tianlong will go with you to the restricted experiment zone. Lin, do not disappoint us again.
Oh, you got Archon Larson so mad?
If you have time to chit-chat, why don't you contribute to planning our next move?
Huh. Looks like we're the ones tasked with the special op. Captain Lin, what?
Why so serious?
Huh? Archon Larson recalled me for an emergency situation. And it turned out to be such a simple...
Your mission is not just to assist with the investigation, but to keep an eye on me. I am now in your charge.
Miss Lin, that's not a nice thing to say. I'm only here to help...
Miss Lin, what do we have to know about that lab?
There are no security systems installed in the lab, but it holds a great number of gray space entity samples. The samples should either be in stasis or deceased, but We really don't have enough info. I've relayed the lab coordinates to you. Make sure you've received them. If there are no further questions... This is the entrance to the lab.
Well, this is a secluded place.
Before Rubilia repurposed it into her lab, it used to be an abandoned factory. I'll take you straight to the testing labs. Stay close, and don't wander off. The power control console is right over there. This was used as a showroom for data on Phase 1 of Project Listener. Even though the information is already public, you can still take a look around, if you want.
How many things did Rubilia hide in here?
The entire Project Listener Phase 1 research is here. We're only seeing a small part of it.
Oh.
Look out!
Better be careful.
It's not over yet.
Lynn, you didn't say the gray space entities may still be active here.
Maybe a test subject got free. Stay on your toes, and prepare for any surprise attack from Gray Space Entity. The lower labs are right up ahead.
This place gives me the chills.
The Gray Space entities in stasis were key subjects used for Rubilia's research. We may be able to find some clues that I missed previously. There are only some research samples here. The key research data is kept in Rubilia's quarters. Follow me. That small room ahead is Rubilia's living quarters.
Is Dr. Rubilia living there all by herself?
No way. There's no way we can get through so many gray space entities.
She's no mad scientist. They were just things that she had to do. Let's head inside. Maybe we'll find some useful information.
I tell Archon Larson if I were to go back empty-handed? What is this?
Features do not match. Verification failed.
Move out of the way.
Features do not match. Verification failed. Retrieving alternative data. Features match. Identity verified.
Lynn, Rubilia left this lockbox for you, didn't she? We all saw it.
Rubilia has never mentioned anything about it to me. This lockbox.
It's really well hidden. Wonder what's in there. Now I'm curious.
I'm not sure what's inside. The internal workings of this lockbox are extremely intricate. Opening it by force will likely damage the content inside.
We better take the lockbox back to Miroria first, and see what Archon Larson wants to do with it.
Fine. You keep the lockbox safe, Tianlong. This may be the most valuable find in this investigation of ours.
Fine, fine. At least it's something to tell Archon Larson.
Entity in that stasis chamber is gone!
Be on your guard.
Don't want to stay here a second longer than I have to.
The facilities have not been maintained for a long time. Other test subjects may have gotten free as well. We should hurry. Saki? How's Ruby?
There's no sign of her waking up yet, but all the numbers show her to be in a stable condition, with no fluctuations. Lynn, did you get what you need?
We've found a lockbox left behind by Rubilia. We are just about to give Archon Larson a report.
Archon Larson is still awaiting updates at Cloud Top. Go. I'll stand guard here. I'll notify you as soon as there's any news on Ruby.
Thanks, Saki.
Lynn, is there nothing else you can do with the lockbox Rubilia left behind?
I'm sorry, Archon Larson. Rubilia never said anything about a lockbox to me. It was Tian Long who found the hidden compartment inside by accident.
It'll all be for nothing if we can't find any clues to open this lockbox.
Archon Larson, this lockbox's model was widely used in the Madelin Foundation. Maybe I can attempt to decode it without corrupting the data inside.
Miss Lyra, how confident are you?
Don't worry, Archon Larson. I'll immediately stop whatever I'm doing if something goes wrong, to ensure the data inside remains intact. Miss Lynn?
Please.
The data stored inside doesn't seem to have been fully deciphered.
We went through everything for this?
Miss Lynn, the data inside the lockbox is incomplete. I cannot decode anything more from it.
Only a blurry video clip? Miss Lyra, could some data be corrupted during the decoding process?
No. I assure you, there's nothing I did that would have compromised the data inside. What we saw was the entirety of the data.
Why did Dr. Rubilia leave a piece of meaningless info in a hidden compartment? Tian Long, did you find anything else noteworthy on site?
Unless there are more hidden compartments. But Rubilia doesn't seem like a person who'd bother with it. Right, Lynn?
Sorry, but I don't have anything for you at the moment, Archon Larson. Please excuse me. I'll need some time to think.
We'll call it a day for now. Doctor, when you're...
Yes, sir.
As for the lockbox, I'll ask our technicians to restore the data and hope for the best.
saw Lynn left alone just now with a solemn face. I didn't dare to—
Miss Lyra unlocked the lockbox, and we found a recording left behind by Dr. Rebellion in there. It's blurry and, unfortunately, doesn't shut. Despite that, we found some lab data on Ruby, but what's in the lockbox must be crucial. That's probably why Lynn is in a bind.
Is that so? That place? Lynn would sometimes stand on the balcony of the Oasis to think. After Ruby came, she often took Ruby there too. Ruby always said it's her secret base. After everything that has happened, I'm worried about her, but I have to stay here to watch her.
Well, let's go see Miss Lynn.
I just wanted to be alone for a while. Sorry for worrying you. How did you find this place?
Captain Sakifua told us.
It has a nice view, and it's quiet, unlike in the city.
Did Ruby draw all those things?
It's our little secret base. Ruby loves it here.
Is that Dolly and Spark?
They were best friends. They wouldn't even let me in on their secrets.
So Dolly and Spark must know a lot of Ruby's secrets.
Secrets. Spark. Spark. How come it only occurs to me now? It's long been left. I'll keep Ruby safe. And I'll find you. Just you wait.
Spark can help us decode the info in the lockbox?
Spark is a support unit specially designed by Rubilia. It may contain a controlled runtime or supplementary data related to the lockbox.
What Lynn said was indeed possible. We may have the data, but not a way to read the data. Spark may be the thing we need. Archon Larson, please wait in the infirmary with the rest. I'll take the lockbox there and try to use Spark to decode it.
Fine. Get the lockbox to the infirmary, Lyra.
Lynn, I can't imagine what you're feeling while reading this message. Is Ruby all right? I'm sorry that I lied to you, but you know I had no other choice. Now that I've hit a wall in my research into the gray space entities, I will be going into the confounding abyss. It has what I need to proceed. Maybe I'll solve the mysteries surrounding the gray space entities and take them back to you. Or maybe I'll be gone, just like the Forerunners. Anyway, that's all. Good luck to you. And you too.
So Rubilia went there. What does she intend to do?
Archon Larson, I suggest that we immediately relaunch the exploration of the confounding abyss. If Rubilia was really in there, it would be in our best interest to locate her ASAP.
Lynn, do you think Rubilia could have survived in a place like the confounding abyss?
I don't know. However, in the message she left, she said there was something she needed inside the confounding abyss. She knew very well how treacherous that place was, and I believe she had taken all precautions.
I agree with Miss Lin. Dr. Rubilia's knowledge of the gray space entities far exceeds ours. If we could find her, or at least more of her research data, it would greatly benefit us.
Just a moment, you two. Rubilia left this video clip over 2 years ago. We cannot be sure if she really did go into the confounding abyss, or if she is still alive. Even if we are to relaunch the exploration into the confounding abyss, it'll take a lot of time to get everything prepared. I trust that no one wants to repeat the same tragedy.
Lyra is right. Before we relaunch the exploration, we better be fully prepared for anything. Lifting the lockdown on confounding abyss will take some time. Go and take some rest and relaxation. I'll have Captain Saki Fuwa contact you when we make progress.
You look like you have something to say.
Miss Lin, what kind of place is that confounding abyss that you just talked about?
About that, few people in Meroria know this, but you should have heard about the Second City, right?
We've seen it in the archives.
Well, about 20 years ago, Meroria's exploration teams discovered a gigantic underground space and proposed plans for a third city. Within the following years, after the underground space was discovered, Meroria must have sent hundreds of explorers in different batches to lay the foundation for the project and explore its depths. Everything was going smoothly, then all contact was suddenly lost. No communication, no responses. Everything just went dead. The people the equipment. There's no sign of either. What's more, its terrain seemed to have undergone drastic changes. Nothing obeyed our known laws of physics. It seemed to be a gateway to another world.
So, that's why it's called the Confounding Abyss?
That's right. Also, based on the images sent back by the droids, there are ruins left behind by an unknown civilization on the other side. It has been a closely kept secret within Meroria.
Unknown civilizations? Aliens?
We know nothing about those ruins and who built them, but there are signs of gray space entity activity there. Maybe that has something to do with the disappearance of our survey teams. Still, we have no way of safely investigating the area. That's why Meroria locked down the entrance to the Confounding Abyss. Until now.
Miss Lin, where exactly is the Confounding Abyss?
Now, right beneath our feet and underneath Meroria, lies the pit that is the entrance to the Confounding Abyss.
What? If the Confounding Abyss really is that dangerous, why is Meroria still here?
There's a subgravity field in the region where Meroria is. Scientists couldn't understand what caused it, but the anti-gravity engines which kept Meroria afloat rely on that field to function. Then, when the Confounding Abyss was discovered, they realized the subgravity field was caused by the Abyss's effects on our laws of physics. In other words, the current state of Meroria relies on the delicate balance between the Confounding Abyss and our reality. But that also makes Meroria a prisoner to the Confounding Abyss. The Second City project is underway, but it's far from being able to provide for the denizens of Meroria. This may be why Archon Larson is so concerned about relaunching the exploration operations. If our actions somehow broke the balance between the Confounding Abyss and our reality, the whole city would pay for our failure.
That's truly unbelievable.
As you can see, this is a very risky operation. We better wait for Archon Larson to make the final decision. Executor, Archon Larson invites the both of you to attend the meeting at the headquarters. It's about the Confounding Abyss.
Has Archon Larson decided to relaunch the exploration operations?
Maybe. I'm almost at the headquarters. I'll see you in a bit.
We called everyone here today for the relevant affairs of Rubilia and Confounding Abyss. I have now decided to relaunch exploration of since we all know what the Confounding Abyss has in store for us. Meroria cannot turn a blind eye to the risks this may bring. So I will not be investing too much manpower and we will only be organizing a small recon op to learn the current status of the Confounding Abyss and collect as much intel as possible for further analysis. Also, the primary objective will be to try to locate Dr. Rubilia. Lin, since you started this thing with Rubilia, you should be the one to end it. I will be sending you in with Tian Long.
Understood.
Archon Larson, I want to be part of this
Surely, this mission is highly...
I want to unveil the secrets of the gray space entities. Please, allow me to come with you. Count me in. I want to join the operation as well.
If that's so, Lyra, why don't you brief everyone?
The space inside the Confounding Abyss is too unstable to maintain a space rift for long. so the mission squad will be equipped with a mini space rift generator to establish a temporary space rift. However, please beware that this temporary space rift will only allow a single person to travel through at any given time, and will need to be recharged after each use. Additionally, all records show that communication between Miroria and the confounding abyss may be prone to heavy interference. Do not be alarmed when this happens.
If there are no further questions, we'll meet up at the end.
Now that we're all here, let's get ready to head out.
Ms. Lyra.
I will lift the lockdown on the entrance to the confounding abyss. However, due to safety concerns, once you're through, we'll lock it down again from this side. You will need to establish temporary space rift nodes within the abyss ASAP. Miroria will try to maintain communication with you and provide feedback based on your real-time. Is everyone ready? If you encounter anything more than you can handle, contact us immediately. Do not act recklessly.
I will. Let's go.
It's so quiet here.
Stay on your toes and keep moving. Lyra, we've reached the ruins of the Third City. Nothing out of the ordinary so far.
Roger that. Communication signal is stable. That's good news. The entrance to deeper levels lies within the ruins of the city. Lynn, locate the entrance as soon as you can and establish a space. The squad sensor will feed the environmental data to our technicians, and we'll give you the
What should we do if our communication is down?
We know nothing about what goes on inside the abyss, so...
Right! That's...
We'll need to establish at least one temporary space rift for the follow-up operations. Time is of the essence. Lyra, we've reached the entrance to the deeper levels. The squad's status is green across the board. We've yet to encounter any abyssal gray space entities.
Roger that. The deeper levels of the alien ruins are located just below. We haven't detected any abnormal spatial fluctuations. You may enter when ready.
Has the confounding abyss devoured other regions of the city already?
The third city was divided into the upper and lower cities. Where you are now is what used to be the upper city. As for the confounding abyss, it's like a ghost that suddenly appeared between the two areas. An existence that defies all logic. A scout drone once reached the bottom of the confounding abyss and sent back some images before its signal died. The lower city still exists, but it's beyond recognition, as is the terrain. Get ready. You are about to enter the heart of the confounding abyss. Miroria has lost the squad's signal. How are things on your end?
We are now within the confounding abyss. We have visuals of the alien ruins.
We've detected slight omnium fluctuations around your area. The nature of those fluctuations matches with the signals from your space rift beacons. It's a high possibility that it may be a beacon left behind by Rubilia. You should set up a temporary space rift here as your emergency extraction point.
Understood. We'll look around.
Is that a space rift beacon left behind by Rubilia?
Maybe we can try to reactivate it.
Gray space entities are still a bit hostile. But at least they didn't attack me on sight. That means my gray space entity Christomax implant.
This is a video mess.
Overall, things are going smoothly. I did lose my supply backpack while scaling the cliff. All I have now is half an energy bar in my pocket. I have long passed the point of no return.
Lynn, the doc...
She must have left other clues. Lyra? Can you hear me?
Lynn, go ahead.
We found the space rift node and a video message left behind by Rubilia. We're continuing our search.
Roger that. Communication. Interference is increasing. Keep in touch.
I haven't eaten or had any water for 3 days. However, dehydration is not affecting me much, and the feeling of thirst is declining. I think the Christomax implant is changing me. I can feel their special energy within the space that is slowly being absorbed by me. This feeling is becoming more and more tangible. I believe this special energy matter is what sustains the gray space entities. They are unlike us humans. They don't need to turn food into energy. Now, very few gray space entities take note of me, and they are no longer hostile at all. Maybe to them, I'm just a deformed gray space entity. I had a strange dream last night. I cannot recall the dream exactly, but I remember the voice I heard in the dream. It's something deep, low, and slow. Not unlike the whale songs in the ocean. But I don't know whether it's in my head playing tricks on me, or is it something real? The Christomax implant may be affecting my central nervous system. I am slowly losing control of myself.
The Christomax implant is slowly turning the Doctor into a gray space entity.
I hope she knew what she was doing.
the voice in my head still lingers. It's there, calling. I just can't answer it. I've tried to get close to that alien ruin, but every time I do, nearby gray space entities get restless, like they are able to sense an infiltrator, but can't figure out who it is. But I'm not sure how much camouflage my alteration gives me, so I'm hesitant to try to reach the ruins again.
Lyra? Communication is cut off.
Yeah, I can also feel the atmosphere becoming tense around here. Should we keep moving, or wait until the communicate?
It's highly unstable here. We better not dawdle. Let's keep moving.
Whatever you say.
I tried to reach the gate to the ruins last night. Those horrific things surrounded me. They looked dumbfounded, but not hostile. I wonder if that means they've accepted me into them. The burning sensation caused by my implant is gone. Any sensations on my skin are becoming dull. The voice in my head is becoming clear, but sharp. And I'm finding it hard to focus my mind on thinking. It's definitely not good news to me. Before the voice in my head completely devours me, what more can I do? Maybe it's time to open that gate. I have a feeling that the answer I seek lies behind that gate. There are no second chances for me now. I, Rubilia, a human, will embrace my own in there. Haranobu, Lynn, Ruby. I can only hope that I didn't...
Our objective must lie within.
Lynn, do we just go in like this?
You're scared?
No. It just feels... strange.
Strong Abyssin signal detected!
This enemy... is it Rubilia?
It's Rubilia's body. What did she do to herself?
We've detected large numbers of gray space entities converging on your location. Evacuate staff.
Understood.
The capacity of the space rift is limited. We'll need to go through it in pairs.
Tianlong, take her back.
Yeah, be careful.
you hurt? I'm fine. Don't worry. That's good to hear. Lin and Tianlong were recalled to headquarters already, and we just received news that Ruby came too. Ruby's awake? Right. Miss Lin said Ruby waking up might have something to do with us rescuing Dr. Rubilia. We better check on her, since you don't have anything to do at the moment. In my dreams, there's a red eye in the sky.
A red eye?
The eye stared at us. I was so scared, so I ran away with Spark. I followed Spark and ran. But then Spark disappeared. I was all alone. Night fell and then... I don't remember what happened. All I remember is that it was dark and cold. Don't be afraid, Ruby. We're here with you.
You're back, Executor.
Miss Lin, how is Ruby?
Lyra said that Ruby woke up from a nightmare, but before she did, she mumbled the name Innis.
Inners?
Innis was the name of the second city built by Meroria to house its increasing population. It's located northwest of Meroria and extends all the way from an underground cave to the bottom of the sea. But Ruby has never been to that underwater city. I don't know how she knew about it. Besides, Ruby is yet to be able to accurately debrief us on what she saw in her dream. She does not even remember ever mentioning the name Innis. I mean, she was just woken up and is not completely stable. I plan to let her rest for a few days. Let's go check on Rubilia first. She's in another lab, under Archon Larson's watch.
Lin, are you going away again?
We'll be back soon. I promise.
The doctor's brain activity remains at a low level. We've attempted to apply different amounts of weak electrical stimulation without success. Dr. Clive suggests that we transfer Dr. Abilia to the listener testing ground for in-depth studies, but I feel that's...
We cannot treat Rubilia as one of them. We'll discuss this later. Tianlong, did you say Dr. Rubilia was found inside an abyssint?
More accurately, it's from inside the abyssint's brain. I'm not sure whether the abyssint evolved from Rubilia, or if she shared a kind of symbiotic relationship with it. The Christomax implant caused changes in her, which made common low-level gray space entities see her as one of them. However, we have no way of knowing if this also works on higher-level abyssins and what the end stage of this evolution would be.
Sadly, the doctor is unable to communicate with us. But judging by Ruby's dreams, and how she mentioned Innes, the doctor must have important things to tell us.
Ruby said she saw a glowing red eye in her dreams. I wonder if she's talking about that alien ruin in the abyss. It does resemble an eye in a glance.
But Ruby has never been to the confounding abyss and seen the ruins.
Maybe Ruby and Rubilia share a special bond that links their senses or consciousness. Ruby's dream may be a projection of Rubilia's dreams.
I agree with Lynn. It also matches the data we found in the lab. The gray space entities share a hive consciousness. Rubilia and Ruby, and even that puppet singer, are all part of the same colony.
Right, that makes sense. The message Rubilia left in the abyss also clearly states that she's been affected by the voices in her head. That voice may come from a higher class abyssant. But these are all hypotheses. We'll have to wait for Dr. Rubilia to regain her consciousness to be sure. Before that, she could only relay information to us via her shared consciousness with Ruby.
Everyone, everything that has happened today is on a need-to-know basis. We cannot reveal Dr. Rubilia and Ruby's identities to the denizens of Meroria. Lyra, you and Dr. Clive must find a way to wake Dr. Rubilia up ASAP. In the meantime, the facility must remain secure. And about Ruby. Lynn, you'll be responsible for her. Please take care of her.
Yes, sir.
As for Innes, we still don't know what Rubilia was trying to say. But if she has really become a part of Abysson's hive consciousness, then she holds much information that is vital to us. I will have Innes's security level raised. Even though there is currently no gray space entity activity there, Meroria must still be prepared.
Is something bothering you, Shirley? Miss Lin has been filling me in on exactly what's going on with Dr. Rubilia these past few days. It looks like Miss Lyra and her colleagues might have found a way to rouse the doctor. Her neural activity is increasing every day. But we're all a bit worried about what form exactly our reunion will take when the good doctor wakes. These concerns have prompted Archon Larson to transfer the doctor to the Silver Coast Research Station. What do you think? Do you think Dr. Rubilia will be back to her old self? Or something other than human? I don't think the process has stripped Dr. Rubilia of her human capacity for reason and thinking. Her actions seem to have a clear purpose. Like how she sent a message to Lin using the puppet singer. Or how she made contact with Ruby in a dream to try to transmit a message to Miroria. And when she bravely ventured alone into the abyss, she also left us with invaluable visual records in her lab and along the way. I think she must have prepared for the possibility that those who might come after her, like us, would need guidance. She must know what she's doing. Think of the sacrifices she's made to understand these gray space entities, and how horrible it must be to keep at arm's length, treated as something potentially dangerous and inhuman. It's a tough situation, but when she made these decisions, she must have had an inkling of what might happen. I just hope everything she's done will turn out worth—
Executor, Miss Shirley, apologies for the intrusion.
What is it, Lyra?
I just picked up a message from the Silver Coast Research Station. Dr. Rubilia has awoken and revealed some very important information for all of us. Lin is already on her way there, and I wanted to ask you to come with me to help assess the situation.
Understood. We'll leave at once.
The doctor was only able to rouse herself briefly, which allowed for a short interaction with us. Then she returned to her isolation pod. She released some kind of black fog that has obscured all our attempts to observe what's going on inside the pod. Subsequent attempts at communication have met with no reply.
I see. And so what did...
She said that large numbers of gray space entities have been summoned by the Hive Mother and are heading for the deep ocean near Innis, where there are some things they are very interested in.
What's this Hive Mother? A gray space entity that's higher up the chain of command?
I'm afraid a definitive answer may require the doctor's input. Our main concern right now lies in Innis. The doctor has already warned us numerous times that the second city is in extreme danger. That is, if we are to... Archon Larson has already put patrols near Innis on high alert. But recently, we haven't received any reports of a gray... It's possible the gray space entities have found a way to cloak their arrival via an as-yet undetected method. My next question would be, what exactly is attracting them to the area? Director Ava, did Rubilia say anything more detailed in regard to Innis?
No, and I'm afraid she did not appear to be in the best state of mind. She claimed to be suffering under the effects of the Hive Mother's will, and that she was not able to interact much at all with us as a result. Moreover, she soon disappeared back into the black fog I mentioned. Stasis chamber data anomaly. Miss Lin, the doctor's...
I can hear you.
Rubilia.
But the Hive Mother can hear you too.
Where is the Hive Mother?
In my head, whatever I see, whatever I hear, she hears and sees. And I can't escape her, even in this pod.
She can sense your surroundings somehow? Using your eyes?
Any gray space entity can become the eyes and ears of the Hive Mother if she so chooses. Nor can I do anything to resist her will. I know that when she looks at me, she can see whatever I see. Right now, when the bulk of her attention is still focused on the Innis artifact under the sea, I can maybe conceal a little bit of what I'm thinking from her. But I'm not sure how long that will last.
What is this artifact under this?
I don't know. I can't fully comprehend the will of the Hive Mother. All I know is she's calling me, and the call is getting stronger and stronger. She needs all of her millions of children to go and release her.
Release her?
The Hive Mother herself is currently imprisoned within a cage of black stone. But the power of the cage is gradually weakening. And when finally that cage is broken, the Hive Mother will re-emerge fully into our world.
A cage of black stone? Could it be deep under the sea at Innis?
I can't get any kind of accurate sense of the Hive Mother's current location. Perhaps there is a pocket of abnormal space, like the confounding abyss near Innis.
It's difficult to imagine what kind of person could have the power to cage the Hive Mother. But I suspect the Blackstone ruins left in the confounding
I don't know much about that. I have no access to the minds of those powerful abyssins. But as for the inferior, younger gray space entities, they do not have the ancient memories of the Hive Mother. I'm still trying to establish closer contact with them, and some kind of rapport. But I feel like the closer I get, the less human I become.
Rubilia?
The stasis chamber's readout has returned to normal. Her consciousness is fading.
Listen carefully. She is keeping a close eye on me. I have to retreat back into the fog. She can use all my senses for her own purposes. Only the fog blocks her vision. Innis, you have to stop her.
If what the doctor just said is true, but I'm afraid the entire region may not be the friendly human habitat we imagined. I will inform Hycros headquarters of what has transpired here and request urgent reinforcements. We will have to prepare for the worst.
It doesn't look like the doctor is capable of many conversations in her present state, Archon Larson. But she must know even more than what she...
Yes. We'll have to see whether we can minimize or cut off the Hive Mother's influence. It might help to stabilize her. Lyra, can I leave that to you? Dr. Clive will provide all the necessary...
Yes, sir.
For the time being, Dr. Rubilia will have to remain confined within her pod. We can't risk bringing her back to Meroria at this stage. Director Eva, an executor team led by Captain Merrill will help you shore up the research station's defenses.
Yes, sir.
As for Inners, Lynn, can you organize a team to investigate? And if necessary, we may need to stagger an evacuation of Inners' population to Meroria.
Understood.
Time is against us. I suggest using the long-range space rift located within the station to reach Innes directly.
And as for Rubilia...
Don't worry, Miss Lynn. We'll look after her.
Very well. Executor, Shirley, let's go.